Good evening, Hoop fans, and welcome to Game 2 of our Game of the Week. Harbor Pirates, Soquel Knights back at Soquel High School. Joel Domhoff alongside the coach Bob Bagalski. The Knights coming in top of the league here at a 4-0 record, 14-4 overall. Harbor, meanwhile, 9-9 overall, 2-2 in league play, and we're just about set to tip it off here. It'll be number 53, Travis Huntsman, and number 21, Justin Larkin. And Huntsman and the Pirates control it in their rose green with white trim, and they quickly throw it away. That was their guard, David Thomas, attempting to hit Elliot Holland. Unsuccessful there, and so the Knights have the ball. Top of the key, that's Dicic. Harbor opens in a man-to-man. Michael Grassadonia, one of 3 new starters here tonight for Coach Walters. Drives all the way, can't hit. Rebound, Mateja. Dicic, he's rejected. And Harbor finally controls with number 22, Django Evans. David Thomas running the point, high post. That's number 32, Peter Burke. Left side, Thomas. That's Django Evans. The 5th starter is Travis Huntsman, as we mentioned. And there's an over and back violation, so 2 turnovers here for Harbor.
I don't think Coach Mike is going to start like the start of this game. He usually has him handling the ball very well in the beginning.
Nate Doss inbounds to Grassadonia. Doss, another one of the new starters, and there's a turnover forced by Harbor. Soquel gets back. That's Thomas trying to drive right side. Top of the key, Peter Burke. Left side, Evans. Knights in a zone. Top of the key now, Thomas drives middle of the lane. Sets up number 32, Burke. Can't hit. Rebound. Nothing but white underneath. Dicic controls. Knights look to run. Minute 15 gone by, scoreless first quarter. Right side, Grassadonia. That's Dicic left side for 3. In and out. Rebound bounces to Elliot Holland of the Pirates.
Well, this very slow start here, huh?
Holland left side. Top of the key, that's Evans. Back to Holland. Quick give and go. Baseline, can't hit. Rebound, skied 4. Huntsman puts it in. 6'7" senior Travis Huntsman puts the first points of the game on the board. 2-0 Harbor.
Well, I think that's one of the things that Mike was worried about was rebounding. He's got a real nice offensive rebound, put it up for a score.
That's Larkin, top of the key, harassed by Holland. Left side, it's Grassadonia. Down low, Dicic. Cut off in the middle of the lane, so they reset with Larkin. 10 shot clock. Left side, Grassadonia. Dicic in the post. He's mugged. See if they get a shooting foul. I guess they're going to point him out of bounds, so it'll be night ball. It's Mateja, Dicic, Nate Doss, number 24, Ernie Nair, number 21, Justin Larkin, and number 33, Michael Grassadonia for Coach Walters tonight.
Well, Doss was a starter earlier, and Larkin is a starter off and on.
Shot missed that time by Larkin, pulled by Evans. High post, it's Huntsman. Key to their offense, according to Coach Gruber, would be to be able to attack from that high post against the Knight zone with Huntsman and run everything off of that, so we'll focus on that as an early key.
Well, they're switching from matchup to a straight zone, and that's usually what's affecting several of the teams we play against. Yeah.
Long 3 by Thomas. Back rim and rebound controlled by Soquel. They look to run. Pass nearly thrown away, but controlled by Larkin. Drives middle of the lane. Floater is short. Rebound pulled by Elliot Holland of the Pirates. Left side, that's Evans. 18-footer. Got it. 5'11" junior guard Django Evans gives the Pirates a surprising 4-0 lead.
Django was a great player last year for Coach Gruber.
Left side, that's Justin Larkin. Top of the key now, Nate Doss, who Coach Walters calls his hardest worker. Team captain as well. Top of the key, they reset. Grassadonia, 10 on the shot clock. Right side, Dicic, hounded by Peter Burke. Dicic controls, sets up nicely. Ernie Nair, who draws the foul, he'll go to the line. So Soquel will try and put some points on the board. 3:40 into this game.
Well, he's got 3 potential starters and 2 guys that are just filling in for a starting berth today, but still capable of playing an outstanding game.
So those players not starting for Coach Walters that you would typically see: Connor Curtis, Dwight Lowry, 2 of those 3. And the reason that we were told was they were late for either a practice or some other team function. So good to see Coach Walters teaching them life lessons. Yeah, Justin Terry III. And, you know, hey, it's important to show up, be on time, and that applies not just to basketball, but everything. So I'm glad to see Coach Walters teaching these kids something beyond.
I think most of the coaches here would fulfill that rule. They put some big demands on these high school kids.
Soquel with the ball off that turnover, and it's Doss harassed by Evans. Top of the key, Larkin. Gracedonia, the Knights are playing hot potato here. Dicic now, left side, that's Gracedonia. Nice cut, and a finish from Ernie Nair. 6'2" senior with a nice finish on the left side, and it's 4-3 Harbor. Huntsman set up, bank isn't open, rebound Dicic, and the Knights look to run. Left side Gracedonia, down low, that's Nair. Tried to hit Doss, but he threw it away. It'll be Harbor ball.
Nair had some outstanding games in the beginning of the year as a starter. Played some excellent defense and did some consistent scoring.
Thomas brings the ball into the front court. Ball knocked away by Dicic. It'll remain at that end. Our first substitution of the game. It's number 22, Peter Salatic, replacing number 24, Ernie Nair, for Coach Walters. So Salatic, the 6'8" senior, will give the Knights some size.
Well, he should be getting some playing time. He was injured earlier, so he's got to get some court time.
Huntsman from 15 can't hit. Rebound pulled, nearly stolen, but ultimately controlled by Michael Gracedonia. The Knights push it up court quickly. Gracedonia still has it, up and under. Got it!
He'll get the fans going here. That was a great move. Coast to coast.
Trying to answer his David Thomas. He draws a foul, but as you said, a nice move by the 6'1" junior Michael Gracedonia. He's in there for Dwight Lowry, and he did a pretty good imitation there.
Well, he probably defenses him in practice enough to learn that move.
That's David Thomas at the line for
He looks
Harbor.
a little stiff today, just not in the flow yet. In and out.
2 missed free throws. We've seen Soquel and Santa Cruz in the past few weeks. Told you about their struggles from the line. We're not sure how badly Harbor shot them or well, but 0 for 2 there. Left open is Larkin, hits it. Defensive mix-up that time leaves Justin Larkin wide open, and the Knights have a 3-point lead. Long 3 by Thomas, short, rebound Salatic. Knights with numbers. Dicic runs the break, left side, Larkin rejected by Thomas nicely. And Soquel will reset, 2 minutes to go, first quarter.
Well, Larkin is an outstanding ball player, too, from last year. He had some outstanding games to keep Soquel Knights in contention.
Soquel in the half court, it's Dicic. Right side, that's Salatic. Looked like he might eye a 3 there. There's Doss driving. Puts up a wild one. Rebound finally controlled by Evans. Nice defense that time by Harbor.
Well, both of these teams, regardless of who's on the court, will have certain demands by the coach.
Evans' 3 bounces long, and the rebound. Salatic had position on Huntsman. Huntsman fouled him. So 1:30 to go first quarter. The Knights with the ball and a 3-point lead. Fast moving first
This has the makings of a sub-double figure point per production.
Larkin
7 and 4.
piggybacked by Holland that time. Soquel will have the ball underneath their own basket. 1:24 to go in this quarter. Fourth team foul on the Pirates. In the corner, left alone. Larkin drives middle of the lane. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. So Justin Larkin with a nice move into the lane.
Right, who is the big man that picked up the foul?
Believe they did get Huntsman, but we'll double check. It was indeed his third.
Yeah.
Big call there. Larkin hits the first, so Carlos Hunt, football fans will recognize that name, the Pirate quarterback, in to try and do some damage as a center here for Coach Gruber, as Huntsman will likely sit the remainder of the half now with 3 fouls early.
Very early, get 3 in the first quarter.
Both free throws good by Larkin, 9 for Soquel. Harbor with a motion offense, 3 by Holland, can't hit. Long rebound, bounces out to Evans, who tries a 3, he can't hit. Dicic with the board. Inside, 1 minute to go from Soquel. Top of the key, Gracedonia, hounded by Thomas. Left side, Salatic, now Dicic in the motion, stopped at the free throw line. Gracedonia guarded by Thomas, and now Larkin, checked by Holland. 10 on the shot clock, and they enter it into the big man.
That was a nice set. They really had some nice patterns. They had 2-man game going, 3-man game going, and nothing, opened up, but they kept the patterns moving. Both of these teams are going to be playing in somewhat of a pattern game.
Salatic was fouled by Hunt, so a fresh shot clock. Knight's getting Larkin down low. He can't hit. Dicic cleans it up.
Great pass by Dawes. Great pass.
Dicic was impressive in the win over Santa Cruz, and he gets an early 2 here for the night. 17 seconds to go. 3 by Thomas. Straight but long over the backboard. So Soquel with a 7-point lead and the ball here. 14 seconds to go. They could close out the quarter on a bit of a run here.
Well, that's nothing more discouraging to shoot a nice shot and have it bounce over the backboard.
David Jones in, Carlos Hunt out for this final few seconds. 5 now on the clock, and they're going to get Salatic, I believe, on the post-up. Offensive foul, so nice call from the Harbor perspective. They'll have 3 seconds here to get a shot off. Thomas waits as long as he can with 2. Half court, got it off, but not in time. In and out. Would not have mattered, though. So 8 minutes in the books. And a nice start for the Soquel Knights. They lead here at home 11-4 over Harbor. The band starts up. The crowd is ready for a night victory, and the home team well on their way to that, trying to go 5-0 in league. We'll be back for the second quarter on the game of the week right after this.
Outdoor World can take care of all your sporting goods needs.
In 1978, my 3 sons and I started Outdoor World at this River Street location with the idea of bringing...
Come join the party as Whiting Foods on the Boardwalk celebrates 50 years of family, fun, food, and great jobs for students and athletes. Hook up with our team and meet new friends. Enjoy your work and check out the flexible schedule. Stop in today and make the team. Whiting Foods on the Boardwalk, celebrating 50 years as the league leader in employment for students and athletes. Hey, join the team.
Back for the second quarter on the game of the week. Joel Domhoff alongside the coach, Bob Bogalski. It's been all Soquel here early as Harbor's struggled with their offense, and there's an easy 2. Ernie Nair, the recipient of a fine pass from Larkin in the high post, so the Knights with a 9-point lead.
Well, Peter Salatic is trying to take advantage of this playing time, show coach that he's ready. He's playing tough in the inside, trying to block shots, rebounding.
Burke in the post, throws up an air ball controlled by Gracedonia. Doss right side. Gracedonia's picked by Thomas. See if he can go uncontested. He misses the layup. Tough break for Harbor at the other end all alone. Nair misses one. 2 chippies missed at either end, so it remains a 9-point game. Long 3 by Evans, hits it.
Got it.
And a foul as well. We'll see who it's on. But Django Evans' 3 is cut it to a 6-point game. They get David Jones for the push in the back on the what he thought would be a rebound, but Evans swished it through. Harbor had some good looks in that first quarter, Coach, just couldn't knock them down.
Couldn't make them. Again, good shooters. As we pointed out earlier, David Thomas averaging some 18 points a ball game. Had a missed layup. Well, we don't want to talk about the negative stuff. He feels bad enough.
I've seen Michael Jordan miss dunks before in his career. I mean, if it happens to the greatest, it can happen to these kids.
Well, if I were talking to Jeff Conley, I'd be saying it happened to me once.
Just one?
Just one.
Okay.
Any violation, I had it.
1-and-1 situation now, as that was the 17th foul on Harbor, so it sends Larkin to the line. He has looked good from the charity stripe here early. 4 for 4 now, I believe, for Justin Larkin.
That's good.
And it's an 8-point Soquel lead. 1 minute gone by, second quarter. Right side, that's Holland, top of the key, Evans. Left side, it's Thomas. Drives baseline, cut off, but he didn't matter. He still tried to get it up. Missed, but the rebound controlled by Harbor. Thomas drives again. He's fearless, and he hits.
Goes right. He's going to keep throwing them up. He'll get his points.
5'11" junior guard David Thomas gives Harbor its 8th and 9th points. They trail by 6. Driving is Doss. He hit it. Shooter's roll that time for Nate Doss. And here's a turnover by Harbor. Nair, can he convert? Can't hit. And a wild attempt that time by Doss. A lot of contact, no call. Harbor brings it up the other way with Evans. That's Thomas. Fake the 3, drive, up and under. Draws the block. Dave Thomas impressing me with his fearlessness here early, Coach.
No, he's going to keep playing. He's not going to let up. He just had a very poor start. He'll start putting them in.
Actually, for Soquel that last time, that was Isaac Schmalley who crashed in. I thought it was Doss, but it was Schmalley, so number 15 of the night took the pounding there early. Coach Walters goes deep to his bench here early. And now we see Connor Curtis coming in along with Dicic. So first appearance by Connor. Dicic got a short rest. Resetting the lineups, it is Schmalley, Curtis, Salatic, Dicic, and number 24, Ernie Nair for Soquel. For Harbor, it's Django Evans, David Thomas, Elliot Holland, Peter Burke, and David Jones. So 4 starters plus Jones for Coach Gruber. Curtis for 3, in and out. Rebound, long, bounces out to Burke. Harbor with numbers, left side, Thomas with a left hand.
Nice left hand. Boy, used his body to shield the ball and laid it up nice and easy.
5'11", playing a lot bigger, and he's cut this deficit to 5. 2.5 gone by, second quarter. Salatic throws it away, stolen by Burke. Cuts across the lane, hits the left.
Hard.
Nice defense, and then a finish, too, by Peter Burke, 6'3" senior. And just like that, it's a 3-point game. Left side, that's Dicic on a nice pick and roll with Salatic, who sets up Nair. Nice
Beautiful
ball
inside passing. Thing I liked about Nair on that time, he was ready to receive the ball and took it up right away.
Nice execution at the Soquel end. They regain the 5-point lead. Top of the key, Holland harassed by Dicic. 20 on the shot clock. Burke left side, tries to drive. Nair cuts him off. Evans picks up his dribble. Burke bails him out, spins into the lane, can't hit, but gets his own and does. We'll give him an assist on that, Coach?
He gets an assist, a rebound, and a score.
That was the old Moses Malone play there. Throw it to yourself. 3-point game once again. Harbor back in a bit of a matchup. Zone, it's Nair in the post. Finds Saletich for three. Can't hit. Long rebound. Dicic runs it down. Soquel resets with a fresh shot clock. Right side, Connor Curtis. High post, it's Nair. Schmalley with the ball. Dicic off a screen. Schmalley keeps it. Dicic for three. In and out. Rebound pulled by Holland. And he's fouled by Connor Curtis, so 3:53 to go, Coach, and Harbor has got to be pleased where they are at this point in the game after an early deficit.
Very nice comeback to be 3 points behind, but that's what, 3-4 consecutive scores can do for the team. Brings them right back into the ball game. They're not going to give up. I know Coach Gruber's team, they're going to be out there scrapping and fighting if they were down 1 or 20.
And he told me they'd mix some defenses up as the game progressed, so we'll see if they try some zone, some pressure. Try and keep Soquel guessing at the offensive end. There's a scramble for a ball that was thrown away. David Thomas and Connor Curtis get dirty in the jump ball. They'll stay at that end. Harbor ball, 22 seconds on the shot clock.
Well, I'm sure on the defensive end, Coach Gruber would like to be in a man-to-man, but he's got to rely a little bit more on the zone with this team.
Evans for three, in and out, followed up and in nicely, though, by Peter Burke. Pirates are coming alive at the offensive end, and it's a one-point game. Dwight Lowry is checked in the last stoppage of play. First appearance for the night's starting point guard. Perhaps the quickest player in the SCCAL. He's got it left side. Top of the key, Curtis, 18-footer, in and out again, but the rebound is put up and in by Dicic. Inside 3 minutes to go, first half. Thomas all the way, had it knocked away, and it'll stay at that end. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. David Thomas's fearlessness driving in amongst those trees has been impressive here early, and he does it again on cue and draws a foul.
He's deceivingly quick. He evidently gets that quick step, and you get by people and takes it in the hole. I'd like to see him stop and take a jump shot rather than go into the trees. But he drew a nice foul. That's the nice thing about it.
The interesting thing about it, too, Coach, is that he's had some open threes, but he hasn't hit any. So you'd think maybe the defense would sag and make him prove he can hit one, but he's still able to penetrate despite the fact he's not hitting from outside.
Oh, here comes the big guys now.
Lowry to Curtis. Nice transition off the missed free throw by the Knights. And they're up 4 as we approach 2.5 to go. Thomas once again, floater, got it.
He is relentless. He's going to keep throwing that ball up.
Lowry at the other end with a pretty feed to number 50, Perry, who just checked in, and he finishes.
Well, I think the tempo of the game is picking up here quite a bit.
And this will be a fun matchup now to watch as the game progresses. Lowry and Thomas. They've clearly shown to be the two quickest on the court tonight. We know Lowry is, but Thomas has impressed us here as well.
Definitely.
Burke that time drew the foul, and the Pirates are now in the bonus as well, so 1-1 upcoming. They trail by 4.
Each team is in the bonus, so 7-7.
Second foul on Justin Perry. 6'3" senior Peter Burke hits the first. You see Coach Gruber seems relaxed at this point. Why shouldn't he be? His team's right in it. It's a 2-point game as we approach 2 minutes to go, first half. Larkin on the cut, fakes once, fakes twice, can't get a roll. Rebound pulled by Jones, and Harbor could tie or take the lead with a 3. Who'd have thought it?
I'm surprised at the defensive rebounding by Harbor. Coach thought that was a weakness, but they're holding their own.
Evans is long, 2, rattles in and out. Rebound pulled by Jones, he can't hit. Tough break for Harbor, and the Knights look to run. Lowry wide open, drives middle of the lane, sets up Dicic, and they're going to get a 3-second call on Dicic. Right before he got the shot off, he was camped out too long, said the man in stripes, and Harbor again with a chance to tie or take the lead. Thomas splits two defenders, tries to beat a third, can't hit. Doesn't draw a foul either. There's a lob for Perry. Curtis controls. Dicic from 12, in and out. Rebound, Lowry tipped it once. Connor tipped it twice. Lowry controls. 8-footer in the lane, got it.
He's going to be the take charge guy now.
Wild sequence there, ends with a nice shot from Dwight Lowry, and it's a 4-point lead inside 45 seconds to go. Dicic is everywhere, isn't he, Coach?
He's
always
very
balls.
active, big, strong, hard player.
Stu Walters making sure it's a regulation ball there. Gets a word into the refs as well.
You always hold the ball up when you want to sneak a little comment about some violation.
15 shot clock, long three by Thomas is off back iron, and rebound is pulled by Justin Perry. 30 seconds to go, first half, 1 second different shot clock, game clock, so they can essentially play for the final shot, but instead they go down low to Perry, up and under on the reverse, he got it. 14 seconds to go, 6-point Knight lead. Django Evans against Connor Curtis with 8 to go. Evans left side, sets up Holland for 3, another in and out, heartbreak. Rebound, Dicic with 1, 80-footer, hits the light. Dicic will tell his grandkids it would have went in if that light hadn't been in the way.
Should have had the ceiling a little higher, he would have been all a trade.
Well, an impressive second quarter for the Harbor Pirates. They only had 4 points at the end of 8 minutes, but they go to the break with 23 on the board. They trail by 6. So a nice second quarter for the Harbor Pirates. A nice first half overall. Anything to add, Coach?
No, the big 19 points by Harbor. That's a surprise after 4 in the first quarter. You go double digit with the big, 20-point quarter. You'd like to see 2 more of those, I'm sure.
And even with that 19-point quarter, they still had a lot of open looks that went in and out. So Coach Gruber has to be pleased with 16 minutes in the book. So as you see, the band is starting up here, folks. That means it's halftime, break time for us. We'll be back for the second half on the game of the week right after this.
Outdoor World can take care of all your sporting goods.
Has started it nicely here. They got a steal from Elliot Holland, who went coast to coast. So it's a 4-point game. Joel Domhoff, Bob Bogalski from Soquel High School. Soquel with a 4-point lead, and they just threw it away again. So first 30 seconds could not have been scripted any better for Coach Mike Gruber as his Pirates look to pull off what could be termed a shocking upset as they attempt to hand the Knights their first league loss. Soquel 14-4, 4-0 in league, and they're struggling with Harbor here tonight.
And Huntsman is back in now. He picked up his 3rd foul in the first quarter and sat out the whole second, as you predicted. And hopefully he can play some time without picking up 4 and 5.
That's Justin Perry. Connor Curtis with a nice look-away pass to Justin Larkin, who can't hit. Mateja, Dicic, and Dwight Lowry complete the starting 5 for Stu Walters. For Harbor, it's David Thomas, Django Evans, Peter Burke, Elliot Holland, and the big man Travis Huntsman. Shot missed that time. Wild scramble for the ball. Dicic controls. Fresh shot clock for the Knights as they have a 4-point lead. Dicic bluffs the 3, drives baseline, and charges. So Harbor has shocked us all here. They have the ball. They're down 4. Nice first half for the Pirates. As we told you, David Thomas, the fearless one, he led the Pirates with 8 points. Peter Burke had 8 as well. And for Soquel, Justin Larkin and Ernie Nair, each with 6. Mateja Dicic with 4 points along with 7 rebounds. So Harbor is shocking us here. There's a turnover. Lowry controls. He spins. Pretty move, and he hits.
Beautiful move. That's got to give him a spark here now.
Nice spin move off the steal by Dwight Lowry. The Knights with a 6-point lead. 18-footer by Holland is in and out. Dicic with the board. Baseball pass ahead. Finally, it's Perry who's rejected. And Burke controls for Harbor. Fast-paced sequence there. 2 minutes gone by, third quarter.
Well, it shows that Harbor team can run a fast pace and handle the ball.
Huntsman can't hit the 6-footer. Rebound pulled by Larkin, and the Knights look to run again. It's Lowry in a 2-on-1. Nice setup for Curtis.
Nice assist again.
Acrobatic pass by Dwight Lowry. The Knights lead by 8. Bit of a wake-up call here for Soquel as Harbor is putting it to him. Perry with the rejection of Thomas. Soquel again with numbers. Larkin holds. Harbor falls back in a man-to-man. Right side, that's Justin Perry. Top of the key, Lowry. 17 shot clock with Dicic left side.
They're playing them quite loose on the outside.
Perry penetrates. He's cut off, but Dicic is there.
That was a nice quick move.
And 6 in a row scored there by Soquel, so a 29-25 game becomes 35-25. So smartly, Coach Mike Gruber uses a timeout, and with 5:08 to go third quarter, he needs it. His team was down 4. They're now down 10. Well, what do we do here first, Coach? This timeout allows us, I guess, first we should identify the referees of tonight's game. I know you've got those in front of you.
Right, the 2 veterans. Each of these people are 15, 16 years experience. We got Frank Cardini from Watsonville and Tom Smith. Both are some veteran officials from the local side here who are refereeing, over at the Salinas, Monterey area too. Both great officials, and as you can tell, they're handling the ball game very well.
Out of the timeout, Dave Thomas brings it into the front court. Knights back into a zone. Huntsman has it stolen by Dicic. Why didn't Huntsman pick it up? We don't know, but there's Larkin left side. Can't hit. Rebound looked like Dicic knocked it out, but they'll say Holland for Harbor did, so Dicic has picked up his defensive intensity, and his teammates have followed suit.
Well, both ball clubs are hitting the boards here quite aggressively.
Curtis can't hit the long 3. Rebound controlled by Elliott Holland. Harbor dodged one there. They trail by 10. Thomas walked. Actually, I'm sorry, that was Django Evans who traveled, so
They look like brothers there.
Soquel ball with a 10-point lead. 3.5 gone by, third quarter. Lowry trying to work off the high pick from Dicic. Left side, Larkin. Larkin on the curl. Got it from Lowry. That's Curtis, top of the key. Drives left side. Feeds Salatic, who had it knocked away, and the Pirates look to run with Evans. Top of the key, that's Holland all alone. Can't get a roll. Rebound skied for by Burke. He can't finish. 2 good attempts, but Harbor can't convert. And Justin Larkin dribbled out of bounds, so it'll be Harbor ball. Tough sequence there for Coach Gruber.
He lost control of the ball, Larkin, in that one, but Pirates got it back.
David Thomas, who had an impressive first half, running the point. Right side, that's Evans. Top of the key, Burke. Quick ball movement gets Holland open for 3. Got the roll. And if you're a Harbor fan, you're thinking about time. They must have had 4 or 5 of those rattle in and out on them in the first half, and one more here in the third, but finally they got one to rattle and stay in, and as a result, it's a 7-point game, and there's a steal by Huntsman.
Well, I think the man defense by Harbor is really affecting the play of Soquel.
Spectacular coast-to-coast move by David Thomas, I should say, and it's a 5-point game. Timeout, Soquel.
I told you, regardless of the score, both teams are going to play hard-nosed basketball, and that's what's happening right now for the Harbor Pirates.
You see it's a fired-up group of Pirates there in the huddle. Coach Mike Gruber has his team playing well out of that last timeout. 5 in a row to answer the Knights' 6-0 run. And it's 35-30.
Well, you can see the disposition of the team here. The intensity is back. They said, hey, we're a team, and they've got things going. But you knew that they're going to stay with their patterns. They're going to stay with the pressure and good defense.
Coach Gruber is assisted by Bill Francis, Fred Heitz, and Scott Wise. Coach Stu Walters is assisted by Mark Marengo, Tom Curtis, Chris Rose, and Peter Styron.
We got to give a plug to Freddie Heitz. He's 18-1 with his JV team. It's going to help this nucleus here. 18-1.
Saletich drove that time and drew contact, so he'll go to the line. And you're right, they do have just one loss, and I believe it was to a team over the hill, Live Oak perhaps. And so, yeah, good future here for Harbor basketball. According to Coach Gruber, the two best players on the JV are guards, and he's got two good ones here that are juniors, Thomas and Evans. So he'll have to start working on that three-guard alignment, which he likes to employ quite often, and get those guys going for next year.
You'll have to find out from Stu his European connection here. Bring in a big player from Denmark or Copenhagen.
Ernie Nair checks in. Mateja Dicic checks out. 2 free throws are good, so it's a 7-point Soquel lead as we approach 3 minutes to go, third quarter. Left side, that's Burke.
Oh, a little stagnant there. Nobody breaking out for the ball.
Thomas now against Dwight Lowry. 17 shot clock. Back to Thomas on the high post feed from Huntsman, and he'll reset. 10 shot clock. Left side, Holland, top of the key, Burke. Right side, Thomas for 3, straight but short. Rebound fumbled out of bounds by Curtis and Nair. Didn't realize they were fighting a teammate for it, and they knocked it out of bounds, so we'll stay at that end. Fresh shot clock for Harbor.
Davis Thomas has been picked up by Lowry, not right now, but oh, beautiful.
Evans hits the 3 from the corner, and it's a 4-point game. We talked about Thomas quite a bit, Evans as well. As we said, a nice junior, nice-looking junior
all
guard.
3 of their outside guards are nice shooters. Here they go again.
There's a steal by Thomas, hits Evans, got it.
Man, this could turn out to be something real here.
We are stunned, folks. It's a 2-point game, 2 minutes to go, third quarter. Right side, that's Ernie Nair. Sets up Lowry for 3, got it!
What a pressure man he's turning out to be.
Just when Harbor gets close and sniffs the lead, Dwight Lowry takes it away. 5-point game inside, 2 minutes to go.
I see they're still doing the rubs.
Holland had it knocked away by Justin Larkin. 21 on the shot clock. They'll inbound in front of their own bench.
It's a fast quarter. No fouls, no timeouts. There's a lot of action on the court.
Thomas right side. Evans, I think, was surprised to be so open. And he resets, 10 on the shot clock. Guarded by Curtis, drives baseline, cut off, throws it up, no foul. And the Knights look to run with Lowry. Goes by 1, sets up Larkin. Wild shot, but he drew contact. He'll go to the line.
Burke, I think, foul.
32, you are correct. Peter Burke fouling Justin Larkin that time. They'll say he was in the act of shooting. Looked like Larkin got bailed out there as he was a bit out of control, but they'll take it.
Well, in our interview with Lowry after the ball game against Santa Cruz, he said we got to keep up our intensity and win every game from here on in. They're just playing well enough to stay ahead.
Well, they beat SLV, I believe it was, on Saturday. As expected, it was a blowout win, but Coach Walters was fearing a letdown, and I believe that he said they didn't come out with their best intensity. And tonight, obviously, the same sort of danger existed.
Who Stu started was an important aspect, too, and if he had to do it for, with disciplinary reasons, then he had to do it. But that's over with now. Now we go to try to win the ball game.
And we do have a stoppage of play, which allows us to thank our sponsors of tonight's game, making the game of the week possible. First to Scarborough Lumber and Building Supplies, Whiting's Foods on the boardwalk, the Spa Fitness Centers, King's Paint and Wallpaper, Aldo's Restaurant, Santa Cruz Nissan, Bailey Properties, and finally Outdoor World. Thank you one and all for helping make the game of the week possible. Out of the timeout, it's Justin Larkin, the 6'5" senior for Coach Stu Walters. He'll attempt to add to his team's 5-point lead that they enjoy. 1:15 to go, third quarter. And he hits, so it's a 6-point game. We'll see what Harbor runs out of the timeout. Evans gives to Thomas.
This is a tough matchup here.
Thomas fearless again, and
Offensive foul.
wow, I didn't see that going against Harbor, but the ref thought otherwise. Tough break there from the Pirate perspective. Soquel ball.
He had to work hard to get away from Lowry. It took advantage of a nice big screen, but I don't know who he ran into there, but it was a big white shirt, I know.
First foul in the game on Thomas, and the stoppage of play allows Stu Walters to check Mateja Dicic back in. Larkin sits. 1:02 to go, third quarter.
So Stu's got about 4 different combination of players that he can use. And this is one of his bigger ones.
6'5" Dicic, 6'8" Salatic, what do they list Connor? 6'3" Connor Curtis, 6 foot Dwight Lowry, and 6'2" Ernie Nair in the game. Dicic off the curl, got it. Nice floater in the lane by Mateja Dicic, and it's an 8-point Soquel lead. 30 seconds to go, third quarter. Shot clock not a factor. Holland gives to Thomas, top of the key. Cut off by Lowry.
You just can't get away from Lowry.
May have walked, but drove baseline. Can't get the floater. Huntsman's tip unsuccessful. Stripped by Burke in a wild scramble. And they're going to get Burke for a foul. Another tough break, as it looked like 2 guys were going for the ball, but they get Burke for the foul. So 7 seconds to go, third quarter. Soquel with an 8-point lead. Let's see if Lowry knows the clock. 5 to go. Ford, he drives against Thomas. Long 3, it's a high arcer. Air ball. So 24 minutes in the books. Soquel got a bit of a scare to start that third quarter, but they maintain their lead. They actually extend it. So after 3, folks, Soquel 43, Harbor 35. Back for the fourth quarter, see if Harbor can pull off the upset right after this.
Aldo's at the Yacht Harbor, a tradition.
Pagalski, glad you could join us for the game of the week. It's been a close one throughout. Harbor with the ball, down by 8. Trying to cut it to 6 was Evans. Couldn't hit the floater. And they'll stay at that end as Nate Doss fouled Huntsman. So it'll be Harbor ball underneath the hoop. They get Evans a wide open 3. Can't hit. Huntsman tipped it. Holland controls. And they reset with Thomas. Couple good looks for Harbor. Thomas right side. Bluffed the 3. Lowry didn't fight.
Now they're in a tough zone here.
Another 3 is up and in by Django Evans. He's starting to feel it from the outside, and as a result, it's just a 5-point game in front of a quiet Soquel crowd. They expected a blowout. Down low, that's Perry, and he walked.
That's unusual for Perry. He's really strong inside. He's got some nice moves, good footwork.
Thomas coast to coast, and that time they got it right. Salatic was clearly there to draw that charge, so bit out of control that time. Thomas paid the price.
5-2 in the foul department.
Salatic running the point. Perry down low, got it.
He's smooth in there. He is really smooth.
That one was too easy. They did a nice job breaking the defense there. May have been a miscommunication. And it's a 7-point night lead. High post, it's Burke. Bluffs the pass. 18-footer blocked by Perry, who controls, looks to run. Larkin, pump fake, can't get the roll. Rebound tipped once, twice. Lowry finally runs it down. Soquel will maintain possession. Nice defense by Justin Perry. That's Dwight Lowry right side, guarded by Thomas. There's Doss from 18. Can't hit. Rebound skied for and controlled by Elliott Holland. Harbor looks to run.
Holland is playing very, very tough and consistent in there. He's passing the ball good, setting nice screens.
Thomas can't hit the three, had a great look at it. And Doss traveled as he collided with Salatic on the rebound, so Harbor will maintain possession. They trail by 7, 2 minutes gone by. Down low, nice post move by Holland. Huntsman tries to clean it up, he can't hit. And here comes Lowry and the Knights. Burke tried to strip him, but Lowry finally controls, so.
Well, it's displayed some fast hands there to keep that ball alive.
Tough to pick it from that guy. And we saw last week the one time he did have it stolen, he stole it right back as if to take it personally. And
right.
How dare you?
Well, he's a competitor. We know that. We've seen him play football and basketball for 2 years now.
5 on the shot clock. Do the Knights know it? Larkin drives. Long three by Doss. Can't hit. Perry skies for the board, and they'll reset with Lowry. As they look to work some clock here now, do the Knights. Leading by 7. Lowry right side. Got hung up in the air. Turned it over. Evans with the ball, and the Knights look to run. He's got Thomas out front. Reverse. Can't hit. Rebound pulled by Huntsman, who draws the foul. So a nice piece of hustle by the big man, 6'7" senior Travis Huntsman, and he's rewarded with 2 free throws.
He's been working hard this half, and I don't think he's had a foul on him this half. So
You're right.
He's keeping his mind on the game and not getting involved with the refereeing. And now he's got to do some scoring here.
3 early fouls forced Huntsman to the bench for the majority of the first half, but as you said, he's stayed out of trouble here in the second. And the high arcing free throw hits nothing but net. 1 for 2. 6-point game. Checking in for Stu Walters, it's Michael Grassadonia, his first action in the second half after starting the game. He's harassed by Thomas. Right side now, that's Larkin. Breaks the pressure. Grassadonia for 3. Got it!
Whoa, that's the way to come off the bench.
Nice looking shot from Grassadonia, and it's a 9-point Soquel lead. Left side, that's Evans. Holland on the curl. And now it's Thomas into the lane. Drew the block that time.
Finally, he said.
Salatic tried to draw another one on Thomas, as he was able to do a couple possessions ago, but
Thomas is going to have a sore body after this game. He's been taking some hard knocks.
yes, he has. Peter Burke to inbound against the Soquel zone defense. He's got Django Evans, David Thomas, Elliott Holland, and Travis Huntsman to throw it in too. 4.5 to go here from Soquel. Nice cut by Holland. He couldn't hit, but he'll go to the line for 2.
Well, maybe he can make the free throws there. Got to close the gap again. Make it interesting.
I'll tell you what, it's got to be encouraging for the group of men sitting right below us in green and gold, the Harbor coaching staff, to see how they've been able to stay close here, be competitive with what many would argue is the best team in the league. And, you know, with a couple of breaks and these shots that are just good looks but are in and out, if they go in, we've got a different looking score here.
That's right.
1 out of 2 that time, 8-point game, 4:20 to go. Salatic, top of the key, gives left side. Grassadonia tries to drive. He's cut off. Ball knocked away by Thomas. 15 shot clock.
Well, Peter Salatic is getting a lot of playing on the outside. He's handling the ball well, setting some nice screens.
Perry on the cut, and he walked. So another turnover by the Knights. Exactly 4 minutes to go. And Stu Walters tried to get a couple subs in, but they started play before he could.
Yeah, we know Perry's coming out.
There's Evans off a curl, and he walked.
Well, that surprises me that they're getting that easy a shot off, you know, a simple outside screen. They're not just playing very aggressive on defense.
Dicic, Curtis, and Ernie Nair check in. So Perry, Salatich, and Doss check out.
Well, this is their I think their scoring machine here. All of these guys are pretty even in their scoring department. Anyone can score, and they're all averaging about 10 to 15 points.
Thomas forcing the turnover that time as he tipped the pass, which misdirected it off of Lowry's hand. So Harbor still in this one. They're down 8, 3.5 to go. They just need to get some of those threes to rattle in. And unfortunately for them, Thomas kicks it out of bounds. So that forces Coach Gruber to go to a 20-second timeout here. 3:29 to go. And Coach, this stoppage of play will allow us to first thank our crew who helped make this game of the week possible and so fun to watch each and every week. Our producer and director in the truck is none other than Mark Ligon. Right next to him is John Boucher doing graphics. And our cameramen tonight, Joel Stauffer, Woody Carroll, and Rick Yamada, bringing you the sights and sounds here from Soquel High School. It's an 8-point game, 3.5 to go. And we also want to tell you, if you just joined us, that Soquel girls got a big win tonight over the Harvard girls, a game heard here before ours, called by none other than Kirsten Fairchild. And I believe Casey Jackson was not here tonight. John Pengali on the fill-in role there, so they do a great job as well. Here's a pressure broken and a layup for Ernie Nair out of the timeout. So Coach Gruber called that timeout, came out of it in a press, Coach, and Soquel cut right through it. 10-point game, 3 minutes to go. In the corner, that's Burke. They hit Evans on the cut, and finally it's number 23, Holland, getting a roll that time. So Harbor with a nice possession there, and they go back to the pressure. Lowry in the middle of the trap just goes through everyone, coast to coast, got it! Spectacular drive by Dwight Lowry. It's a 10-point game once again. Right side, that's home.
Coach Stu talked to them to play some defense there. They're aggressive on the boards, good, strong man-to-man. Let's show them that we can play some defense and take the game home.
And as you see there, Coach Gruber trying to get a point across to Elliot Holland there. It's a young team, Harbor. They play hard, as you said. We know that. And the three-guard offense, they're trying to compete with a team that is bigger, better, more experienced, and it's tough. But to give Harbor credit, they've battled throughout. It's still only a 10-point game. Stranger things have happened, and they've had a chance here, Coach.
I don't think there's very many ball games this year that they were, I mean, just really out of a ball game. They're going to be competitive regardless of who they play. They may end up losing by 8 or 10 points, but they're displaying the talents.
They swept the Valleys, San Lorenzo and Scotts. They lost to Aptos and Watsonville, and they've got Santa Cruz coming up this week. Shot missed by Nair once and twice. Hot potato down low. It's finally controlled by Huntsman, who I believe drew a foul.
Connor.
So a couple good looks for Ernie Nair there, but he couldn't convert. 2:16 to go. They got a foul that time.
Another timeout.
And yet another stoppage to play, this time by Stu Walters. So 2:16 to go. Harbor with the ball. They trail by 10.
Well, both of these coaches, Mike Gruber and Stu, played for me, and boy, they were intense competitors, and would never give up. We'd be down 20 and they'd be out to kill. Both excellent players, learn the game well, and doing an outstanding job of coaching now.
So you're saying age hasn't lessened their intensity and influence?
Gruber's been coaching now for 20 years, and he's as intense today as he was when he played in high school.
It's nice to see he hasn't changed. I like that. Out of the timeout, Thomas into the front court. Harbor needs to start making some of these threes. Evans left side.
Evans is getting some nice moves towards the basket, but not getting the shot off.
There's a 14-footer from Evans. He can't hit. Rebound Holland. He can't hit. And Dicic finally controls. 2 more good looks for Harbor.
Right.
Inside 1:45 to go now. And Soquel's going to milk that clock with Lowry. Coach Stu Walters barking instructions. Motion offense here. It's Connor Curtis, and he's fouled by Django Evans. And that should put Soquel in a 1-and-1 situation. Connor will go to the line. His team with a 10-point lead. Minute and a half to go. Next week, I believe we are back in Santa Cruz for Aptos and the Cardinals on our game of the week.
I believe so, yes.
Should be a good one. We talked earlier about the success that the Harbor JV squad is having this year. Aptos' JV last year went undefeated.
Right.
And they're struggling a bit at this level.
Well,
Any insight as to why? I mean, maybe they were a little too overconfident coming off an undefeated season.
No, I don't think so. They're just playing some tough competition.
Curtis successful on both free throws. It's a 12-point lead. Burke for 3, got it! 9-point game. We approach 1 minute to go. And Lowry's fouled by Thomas, so Burke finally got one to go in.
Yeah.
And it's
another
chess
timeout
match here in the last 2 minutes as Coach Gruber now will go to the timeout. They're down 9, 1:06 to go. And as we've said, stranger things have happened.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Burke just hit one there. They can get a couple more looks and just hope that the Knights go cold from the line. You never know. It's the beauty of this game.
That's high school basketball for you. That's, you know, who's going to come up to play.
And one of the weaknesses that the Knights have shown this year, Coach, is free throw shooting or lack thereof. Right. So that certainly would give the Pirates hope here.
I think the other factor is a lack of consistency from the outside. You know, they're a streak shooting team, and if they can just maintain it to be a little bit more consistent on the three-pointers, they certainly got, you know, Lowry and Connors that can shoot the trays, and Larkin can shoot the trays, so they get just a little more consistent on their shooting. They're going to be an outstanding team. They are an outstanding team, period.
Lowry can't hit the front end. Rebound, though, pulled by Nair. And now it's stolen by Harbor. Evans into the front court now. Drives all the way. Floater, can't hit. Rebound Connor Curtis, who's fouled. So another missed opportunity. It's encouraging, I'm sure, for Coach Gruber to see this. And then at the same time, I'm sure it's frustrating because they're getting some really good looks. They just can't hit the ball in the basket.
It was a great move to the basket. He had a nice, easy floating shot and just didn't go in.
Well, Lowry couldn't hit the front end. See what Connor Curtis can do. He knocked down 2 last time. And he rattles that one home. So
he's a good free throw shooter.
10-point game, 53 seconds to go.
Nobody expected this kind of a ball game, this close of a ball game.
And we do have to think about player of the game as this gets closer to ending and it gets more and more likely that Soquel will win, although Curtis missed the second one there and there was a foul. So Harbor can go to the line here and score 2, obviously, with the clock stopped. So
another characteristic, Santa Cruz, Soquel had 7 turnovers in the third quarter. That's too many for a team of that quality.
Part of the reason Harbor's been able to stay close is you see Mateja Dicic grabbing a breather. It's Burke at the line. He can't hit the front end. Salatic pulls the board. Looked like they mugged him, but they didn't give him the call, and now it's Lowry playing keep away. Curtis, Salatic. Finally, they call a foul on David Thomas. 43 seconds to go. 10-point Knight lead, and the crowd, Soquel pro crowd, starting to make some noise in support of their team, which looks to go to 5-0 in the league, 15-4 overall. And we told you last week that the 4 losses, they're 6 points away from being undefeated. They had 2 overtime losses, a 1-point loss, and a 3-point loss. So Soquel has got every reason to be optimistic about playing a long and successful year.
Sergey, they're maturing now. They're really come along. He's got probably like 9-10 players now that he's very, very confident to put on the court. That's going to help.
2 high arcing free throws are successful by Salatic, who then steals the long pass. Gets it back from Lowry. Now Curtis. 35 seconds to go. Curtis is chased down. So Salatic with a nice little run there. 2 free throws and then a steal. 12-point game. 34 seconds to go. Harbor will see its record drop to 9-10, 2-3 in league play with a date this weekend against Santa Cruz. So
nice stroke in there.
That's 4 out of 5, I believe, for Connor here in the last minute and a half, and now 5 out of 6 to effectively ice this game. Django Evans into the front court. Right side, it's Burke. And that's Holland for 3. Can't hit. Connor pulls the board. Long pass. He's got Salatic out front. Thomas skies to try and block it. Can't hit. Huntsman with the board. Evans looks to run. Long 3. Can't hit. Salatic controls with 10 seconds to go. Here come Curtis and the Knights with 5 with 4. And that's going to do it. They'll let it run out as Lowry prevents Larkin from rubbing it in there. As Justin, it looked like he wanted to try one more 3, but Lowry doing the prudent thing and keeping Larkin from rubbing it in. No need to do that. They've got the win in hand. 14 points the margin at the end, Coach, but you look at the score in the paper tomorrow, you won't realize much closer game. Harbor really had a chance up until the final 3 minutes. If some of those shots go in, it's a different game.
Well, if you look at the score by quarters, the big 4 points in the first quarter really hurt the Pirates here. All other scoring for them, 19, 12, and 10 to finish off a ball game. But the consistency of Soquel, they had 11, 18, 14, and 16. Now, that's where a good high school team should be, playing for point production. 59 points is above Soquel's average. 45 is not up to the Pirates' average. They're averaging about 53 points offensively. So good, very good ball game. Very well coached, very well played, and referees did a super job. Great high school basketball game.
Another one in the books, Coach. Well, Soquel is balanced. We've told you that throughout, and that balance always makes it tough for us to choose a player of the game. So we can't tell you who it'll be. It'll be a surprise when you come back for our Scarborough Lumber player of the game. Once again, the final score from Soquel. The Knights remain perfect in league at 5-0. They beat Harbor by 14. Back with the player of the game right after this.
Santa Cruz Nissan Dodge.
Great jobs for students and athletes. Hook up with our team and meet new friends. Enjoy your work and check out the flexible schedule. Stop in today and make the team. Whiting's Foods on the boardwalk, celebrating 50 years as the league leader in employment for students and athletes. Hey, join the team.
Joel Domhoff, Bob Bogalski surrounding our Scarborough Lumber player of the game, none other than Mateja Dicic of Soquel. He did it all tonight, 8 points, 12 rebounds. The Knights with an easy victory. And actually, Mateja, when you look at the score, it's a 14-point game, but Harbor stayed close. Were you guys worried about a letdown after the big win against Santa Cruz?
Yeah, we were worried because we let them get back into the game maybe 2 or 3 times. We were up by 10, that they came back to 5. So Coach Walters gave us a hard lecture about it. He wants to kill us.
Coach?
Well, the veterans you are, you should have gotten a little lecture because you could have put a point. But even scoring for the Soquel Knights, everybody was in the 8, 9, 11 range.
I think that's the biggest strength of this team, because in every game some other player can step out, either points or rebounds, and we have a lot of players that are, nobody's like the high in the sky, and
Right.
a lot of even players in our
Well,
team. That's good.
you're absolutely right, and I was going to ask you, you come from Yugoslavia.
Yeah.
Compare for us the game back in your home country and here in America, and maybe some of the adjustments you had to make.
But I had first to make adjustment, like to switch position, because in my country there are taller players, and there I was one of the shortest players, and here I'm like one of the tallest. But also in my country it's the fastest game, I think, because shot clock is 24 seconds. But defense is definitely tougher here. They play better defense here. I swear that.
Okay, and you move the ball up and down the court then faster in Europe?
Yeah, yeah.
No wonder you're so accustomed to running. No, both ends of the court, you do an excellent job. And I like to compliment you on your retreat back on defense.
Oh yeah, that's Steve Walters, my coach, wasn't satisfied with that in the beginning, so I had to run faster and to work harder.
Oh, very good. And you're getting along well with Stu now?
Yeah, of course. Always.
Always. Very good.
And I know you talked about comparing the two games, so how has the fact that you controlled the ball a lot in Yugoslavia helped you in coming over here using your size and your ball handling ability?
But I think that it's very good that I have good ball handling here, because not too many tall players can handle the ball as I can, and that gives me advantage, especially when I play like outside, so they step to guard me. And also it gives when they are pressuring us, Stu can put me back, so they are guarding, like tall player guarding me, maybe not knowing that I can dribble the ball, so we can break the press, I think, on that way.
But it shows on some of your teammates too. Salicic is coming along now. He's playing outside and handling at least the motion for the team movement. And then Perry is doing an excellent job inside. Did you help him on his inside move?
No, he's also, both of them are very good players. Perry, he's strong, especially inside, maybe 5 feet from the basket. He's a very strong player. And Peter Salicic, he's very athletic, can jump, can shoot very well, and he's also fast.
He is, and he was injured earlier. He's going to help you going down the
play maybe 2 months. He helped us a lot.
Very good.
And I know you've been here 7 months, correct?
7 months, yeah.
What's been the adjustment for you culturally as far as getting adapted to American culture? And I don't know if you could talk about maybe what's been going on in your country politically and how that's sort of affected you.
Oh, that's a long question. Okay. But I don't know, in my country, like politically, my family was always pro-European, So I don't know, in one also period, my my whole family is really good, so I appreciate it.
All right, Mateja, great job tonight. It's a pleasure watching you play. Good luck the rest of the year.
Congratulations.
That's Mateja Dicic, our Scarborough Lumber player of the game. That's going to do it from Soquel High. For Coach Bob Bogalski, our entire crew, thanks for joining us on the Game of the Week. Once again, Soquel stays undefeated in league, 5-0 now. They beat Harbor at home by 14. Good night, everybody.